This is my take on a crosscut sled for a Tracksaw, similar to the Festool type device, but because I don't have much room in my shed, I can't make a hinge at the back which folds backwards. And what I've done with this one is I made two hinges which come together and come up so they make the height between the table and the top of the Tracksaw. So this moves up and down. This means if I take a piece of MDF, 18mm MDF, and I fit it on here, I can bring the Tracksaw down. As I push down on the front of the Tracksaw, the back end comes up and makes this level across here, and then on the front here, this unit comes up and locks into here with one simple bolt, and then this is now set to cut with the Tracksaw. Now the Tracksaw isn't a Festool one, it's a Titan Tracksaw, but this can come off here then and go onto here, and then we can make the cut as normal with a Tracksaw, and we can get to just behind these rails which are set at 90 degrees to the dog holes. If now we want to go to 6mm MDF, we can take the Tracksaw blade up, we can move the 18mm out of the way, and we can take a piece of 6mm, put that in. We know the position here because this is our cut line which never alters. This comes into here, the Tracksaw comes down, and if it was high it would push down, and we lower this down at the front, and we just bring this back up until it fits into here, and that's now set for 6mm. Then we can make our cut again on 6mm. This means that we don't have to make an adjustment at the back and an adjustment at the front. The hinges have a slight little bit of play in them, but these are emergency door hinges, so they're very, very strong hinges. But because when this is down and it's down there, if we take a dog and we put it in there, and we put a dog in the front here, this is still perfectly aligned to that. So this is still 90 degrees to this piece. And here, even though we have a little bit of play in the hinge this way, we don't have any play when the hinge is down. It's locked up against the dog. So this is still a true 90 degrees to this point. The mechanism on the front is a piece of 80/20 aluminium section. It can be adjusted left and right to adjust the table this way if needed, and to keep it parallel going up and down, I've used one part of this with a piece of metal on here which runs in this groove, which keeps this running exactly parallel to the unit, and then we have a small T-nut in the back to lock it. And to add it back on again, it's a very simple process. Just to put it in, he says, put it in and drop it down. So we could put it in, drop it down and tighten the bolt. And then if we want to bring it up, we bring it up to the position we want it to be, and it's locked in. I've used some 80/20 on the track to extend past this way going through, so if I have a longer piece of board I can run it up to there and it's parallel with this track here. I can take these units out of here. On here I've used a piece of 20mm stainless bar, which is the same as the dog, and it's bolted into the back of the T-track, and this can be fitted anywhere along the holes here if needed, or it can be turned through 90 degrees and put on this way if you were doing work at the bench, and you could move this in if you needed a positive stop. So this is my take on the Festool table. The whole system does fold up. We can, there are hinges on here. The Tracksaw is actually mounted to this piece, so this also will hinge up out of the way if needed. This piece is now attached to this at the moment, so this whole table can fold up into the wall if I need more room in the workshop. And under here, although we can't see it, is my CNC machine, which again, this table folds up to the wall and this CNC machine folds up, so then you can use the CNC machine. So now in this small shed I've got a long workbench across the back, and a very useful Tracksaw system which is now usable. Okay, I hope this helps anybody, because I've seen a lot of information about the Hinge, but I've not seen much information on how to make one, or for a small workshop how you would integrate the adjustment at the back. So I hope this helps somebody in the future to make a simple hinge mechanism to make a Tracksaw. Okay, thank you very much. Please leave any comments in the comment section, and subscribe. Thank you very much.